Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. How are you all? Hope you all are doing well and you are completing your tasks after watching the videos. Students, in today's lesson we will discuss the topic of ordering fractions and we will take the help of our previous lesson. In our previous lesson we have discussed how we can compare fractions. In comparing fractions we have learned that in like fractions the greater the numerator, the greater is the value of the fraction. For example, if we have two fractions 4 over 10 and 1 over 10, same denominators, both of these have same denominators, that means these two are like fractions. If you have same denominators, then you will see the numerators. You will see the numerators of both the fractions, and the fraction with the greater numerator will be the greater fraction, right? Then, if you have unlike fractions but with same numerators, the smaller the denominator, the greater is the value of the fraction. For example, if you have 3 over 4 and 3 over 5, in these two fractions you can see we have same numerators. We have same numerators, and if we have same numerators, then we will see the denominators. Then we will see the denominators. If the denominator of a fraction is smaller, the other one is greater. So the fraction with the smaller denominator will be the greater fraction, right? So 3 over 4 will be greater than 3 over 5, right? Now, with the help of this lesson, we will do our ordering fractions. In ordering fractions we will do two things. One, ascending order. The second one is descending order. And you have learnt about ascending and descending order in your previous classes. Ascending order means arranging from the smallest to the greatest. Ascending means arranging fractions from smallest to the greatest, as we were doing in your previous classes for numbers, right? Similarly, we will do it for fractions. Ascending order means arranging fractions from the smallest to the greatest. Descending order means arranging fractions from the greatest to the smallest, So to arrange the fractions in ascending or in descending order, first we have to decide which one is the greater fraction, which one is the smaller fraction, right? Then we can arrange them. Here you can see we have a question on page number 58 of your booklet. Open your booklet and try your answers with me, right? Okay. The question is, write in ascending order. And ascending order means from smallest to greatest. One example is already done for you. You can see here you have fractions 3 over 8, 5 over 8, 2 over 8 and 1 over 8. All these are like fractions as all these have same denominators, right? Now, you have to see which one is the smallest one. Here you can see 1 over 8. 1 is the smallest number. If you have like fractions, then this fraction with the smallest numerator will be the smallest fraction. So to arrange these, you can do the numbering. This one is your first fraction because we have to arrange from smallest to greatest. So the fraction with the smallest numerator will be the smallest fraction because we have like fractions, right? Then in counting we have 2 after 1, right? Then it will be your second number fraction, right? Then 2 After 2 we will have 3. Then it will be your third fraction, and 5 is the greatest number among all these numbers, so it will be your fourth number fraction. So first we will write number 1 fraction 1 over 8, then we will write 2 over 8 second number fraction, then we will write 3 over 8, and in the last we will write the greatest fraction 5 over 8, right? Now let's try another example. Here again you can see we have all like fractions, right? 2 over 6, 4 over 6, 3 over 6 and 1 over 6, right? So again we will do it in ascending order by comparing our numerators, right? We have same denominator, so now we will compare our numerators, right? Now which one is the smallest one? 1 over 6, 2 over 6, 3 over 6 or 4 over 6? Yes, right, 1 over 6, because 1 is the smallest number, right? So this is our number 1 fraction, right? Then 2 over 6 will be on the second number, right? 1, 2, then comes 3, so it will be our third fraction. And 4 over 6, 4 is the greatest number in all these 4 fractions. 4 is the greatest numerator in all these 4 numerators, so it will be our last fourth one. So how we will write our answer? We will write our smallest fraction, that is on number 1 first, 1 over 6, then 2 over 6, then third one 3 over 6, and in the last our fourth fraction, that is 4 over 6. This is our answer. Understood? Okay, now let's move to the next page and solve the remaining 2 parts of this question by yourself. Okay, let's move to the next page. On the next page you have the question, write in ascending order again. Again ascending order means from the smallest to greatest. Here you can see we have unlike fractions. We have unlike fractions with same numerators, and when we have unlike fractions with same numerators, we will now see our denominators, right? We will see our denominators, and here it's the opposite case of unlike fractions. In these unlike fractions, the fraction with the greatest denominator will be the smallest one. The fraction with the greatest denominator will be the smallest one. So this one will be your first fraction, right? On the second number after 6, which one is the smaller number after 6? Yes, it's 4, right? So this will be your second fraction, and in the last 2 is the smallest number, so the fraction with the smallest denominator will be the greatest fraction, right? So you will arrange it like this: 1 over 6, 1 over 4, and in the last 1 over 2, right? Now let's solve another example. Here again you can see all these are unlike fractions and fractions with different denominators, and your numerators are same, so we will compare our denominators, right? I have told you before, the fraction with the greatest denominator will be the smallest one. So here you can see the greatest denominator is 10. Greatest denominator is 10. So this is your smallest fraction, number 1. Then the fraction with the smallest denominator will be your greatest fraction. So 2 over 5. After 10 smaller number is 5. So this will be your second fraction, and the fraction with the smallest denominator is 2 over 3. So it will be your greatest fraction. It will be on number 3. So our first fraction we are arranging in ascending order. So we will write our smallest fraction first, then we will write our second number fraction, that is 2 over 5, and in the last we will write 2 over 3, our greatest fraction, right? So this is the ascending order with unlike fractions. Now let's move to the next question. The next question is write in descending order. Write in descending order, and descending order means from greatest to smallest, from greatest to smallest. So here we need to write our greatest fraction first, right? So we will give number 1 to our greatest fraction. Again you can see here we have unlike fractions with different denominators, but the numerators are same. When we have same numerators, we will compare our denominators. And I have told you in the previous question that if you have unlike fractions, you have to compare the denominators, and the fraction with the greatest denominator will be the smallest one. Here you can see the greatest denominator is 10, so it will be your smallest fraction, and we have to write the smallest fraction at the end because we are arranging in descending order, right? And the fraction with the smallest denominator will be your greatest fraction. So here your greatest fraction will be, yes, right, it's 1 over 3. So it will be your number 1, and the fraction that is left here, it is 1 over 4. So it will be on second number, right? You have to decide your smallest and you have to decide your greatest fractions first. So we will arrange it in descending order. So we will write our greatest fraction first, then the second number fraction, and in the end we will write the smallest fraction, right? Now let's solve another example. Here you can see again we have same numerator, so we will compare the denominators, right? So the fraction with the greatest denominator will be the smallest one. Which one is the greatest denominator here? 6, 8 or 5? Yes, 8 is the greatest denominator. We have to write the smallest fraction at the end. So this will be your number third fraction, right? Now we have left with two fractions, and one's denominator is 6 and the other's denominator is 5. So which one is the smallest one? Fraction with denominator 6 or fraction with denominator 5? Yes, 2 over 5 is the greatest one. So it will be your number 1 and it will be your number 2. Now how we will arrange it? We will write the greatest fraction first because we are arranging in descending order. So we will write 2 over 5 first, then we will write the second number fraction, that is 2 over 6, and in the last we will write third number fraction, that is 2 over 8, right? Okay, the last question of this topic, write in descending order. Write in descending order. Descending order again means from greatest to smallest. In this question you can see you have like fractions, the fractions with the same denominators. Now we have to compare the numerators. The fraction with the greatest numerator will be the greatest fraction. So we will write 5 over 7. Here you can see 5 is the greatest number, right? So 5 over 7 will be your greatest fraction and it will be your number 1 fraction. Then 1 over 7, 1 is the smallest number in these three numerators, so it will be your number third fraction, and 3 is greater than 1, so it will be your second fraction, right? And you have to arrange it in descending order, so you will write the greatest fraction first, then your second number fraction, and in the end your smallest fraction, right? Now let's try another example. In this you can see again you have same denominators, so you will compare your numerators, right? So we have to arrange in descending order. So first we will decide our greatest fraction. Here you can see we have numerators 3, 2 and 4. Which one is the greatest number? Yes, right, 4 is the greatest number, so this is your first fraction. Which one is the smallest number? 2. Yes, 2 is the smallest number, so it will be your third fraction, and 3 is greater than 2, so it will be your number 2 fraction, right? When we will arrange it in descending order, we will write the greatest fraction, that is 4 over 5 first. Then we will write our second number fraction, that is 3 over 5 on the second number, and in the last we will write our smallest fraction, that is 2 over 5. Understood? Hope you have understood the topic, and now you can solve the sums given on page number 58 and 59 of your booklet. Okay, let's move to the next page. Page number 60, and on page number 60 you have one more question. Circle the biggest fraction, and tick the smallest fraction. One example is done for you. Here you can see you have unlike fractions, 1 over 4, 1 over 8, 1 over 6, 1 over 3, 1 over 2 and 1 over 9. And we have already discussed, if you have same numerators, then the fraction with the smallest denominator will be the greatest one. So 1 over 2 is the greatest fraction here. So we have circled 1 over 2, and you have to tick mark the smallest fraction, the fraction with the greatest denominator. Here you can see 4, 8, 6, 3, 2 and 9. So 9 is the greatest number. So 1 over 9 will be the smallest fraction. Let's try another example. Here you can see we have 4 over 5, 4 over 10, 4 over 7, 4 over 9, 4 over 8, 4 over 6. First you have to decide which one is the biggest fraction. Which one is the biggest fraction? The fraction with the smallest denominator. Here you can see the denominators are 5, 10, 7, 9, 8 and 6. Which one is the smallest one? Yes, right, the 5 is the smallest one. So 4 over 5 will be the biggest fraction. So we will circle 4 over 5. Then we have to decide the smallest fraction, the fraction with the greatest denominator. So which one is the greatest denominator? 10, 7, 9, 8 or 6? Yes, 10 is the greatest denominator. So 4 over 10 will be the smallest fraction. So we will tick mark 4 over 10. Understood? Okay, on this page, students, you have your exercise 1 of fractions topic. Here you have fill in the blanks, state whether the following are true or false. On page number 61, you have the question. Select the correct answer from the given options. Then on question number 4, you have circle the correct fraction. And on page number 62, your last question of this exercise, color the objects in each group to show the fraction. Students, we have discussed all the related topics of this exercise, so you can solve this exercise yourself. If you face any difficulty, you can contact me anytime. Okay, thank you, take care, Allah Hafiz.